After 60, 3 strength training exercises. That's all most women need to protect their bones, their balance, and their independence. Did you know that after 60, just 3 simple daily exercises can help you stay strong and move without pain? Most women don't feel something break. They feel something fade. It starts quietly. A little stiffness getting out of bed. Groceries feel heavier than they used to. Reaching behind your back to get dressed feels awkward. You step onto uneven ground and hesitate just for a moment. That hesitation matters because these are not random aches. They are early warning signals. Signals that certain muscles, deep, protective muscles, are weakening. And when those muscles weaken, bones follow, balance follows, confidence follows. I've spent over 30 years as an orthopedic surgeon treating women over 60. I can tell you this with certainty. Loss of independence rarely begins with a fall. It begins years earlier with muscle loss no one explained to you. Here's the part most people get wrong. You were probably told to walk more. And walking is good for your heart, your mood, your circulation. But walking alone does not protect your bones. It does not stop muscle loss. And it does not train your body to catch itself when you stumble. That's not opinion. That's physiology. After age 60, women lose muscle mass at a faster rate than men. The medical term is sarcopenia. Research from the European Working Group on Sarcopenia in Older People, updated in 2019, showed that adults over 60 can lose up to 1 to 2% of muscle mass per year, and even more strength than that. Strength goes faster than size. At the same time, bone density declines. A 2020 study from the National Osteoporosis Foundation reported that 1 in 2 women over 50 will break a bone due to osteoporosis in her lifetime. That sounds alarming, but stay with me, because here's what matters. This decline is not inevitable, and it is not too late. What's incomplete about most advice is this. It focuses on activity, not resistance. Movement without resistance keeps you busy. Targeted resistance tells your bones and muscles to stay alive. Your body is listening, even now. When muscle pulls on bone, bone responds by strengthening. That's basic biology, and it works well into your 70s, 80s, and beyond. The problem isn't age. The problem is that no one showed you which muscles matter most or how little time it actually takes. In this video, I'm going to walk you through 3 specific strength exercises every woman over 60 should be doing. No gym, no expensive equipment, low risk, high return. Each one protects a different system, your bones, your balance, and your ability to get up, move, and stay steady. And I want you to know this up front. The most important insight, the one that makes everything else work better, comes at the end. You'll find all study links in the description. Before we begin, share with us in the comments your age and where you're watching from. We read and reply to every single comment. Now, without any further ado, let's start with number 1. Leg exercise, and this one will surprise you. Let's begin with exercise number 1. And I'll say this carefully. This is one of the most underestimated strength movements for women over 60. Not because it's ineffective, but because it looks ordinary. In my clinic, I often hear, "Doctor, that seems too basic to matter." And yet, when this movement is missing, I see the consequences every day. The exercise is the sit-to-stand, sometimes called a chair squat. Most people think of it as just standing up, but from an orthopedic perspective, it is one of the most important lower body strength tests we have. The primary muscles involved are the quadriceps, the gluteus maximus, and deep hip stabilizers. Secondarily, the hamstrings, the core musculature, and even the ankle stabilizers are working. These muscles control nearly every essential daily task: standing up from a chair, getting off the toilet, rising from a car seat, stabilizing yourself when you lean forward to pick something up. When these muscles weaken with age, something subtle happens. You begin using momentum instead of strength. You push with your hands, you rock forward, you hesitate before standing. That hesitation is not weakness, it's your nervous system sensing instability, and instability is where falls begin. In 2014, a study from King's College London followed women aged 65 to 80 who performed structured sit-to-stand training. After 12 weeks, they showed a 34% improvement in lower body strength and a significant reduction in fall risk markers, including delayed reaction time. Not gym training, not machines, just this movement done correctly. Now let me show you how to do it safely. Imagine a sturdy chair behind you. You stand with your feet about hip-width apart, toes facing forward, not turned out. Your weight is evenly distributed across your feet. Before you move, gently brace your abdomen as if you were preparing to cough. Nothing forceful, just awake. Now slowly sit back as if you're reaching for the chair. Your hips move first. Your knees bend naturally. Your chest stays tall. Lower yourself for a count of 3 seconds. Not collapsing, controlled. Lightly touch the chair. Don't relax into it. Then press through your heels and stand up over 2 seconds. No locking the knees at the top, just tall, steady standing. Start with 8 repetitions. Rest, then do one more set. That's enough. This can be done 3 to 4 days per week. If balance is a concern, place the chair near a wall or counter. You can lightly hover your hands nearby, not pulling, just reassuring the nervous system. Progression is simple and safe. First, increase repetitions to 10, then 12. Later, you slow the lowering phase to 4 seconds. That increased time under tension strengthens both muscle and bone. Why do orthopedic surgeons recommend this movement? Because it loads the hips and femur, critical areas for fracture prevention. Because it trains the exact pattern required to recover from a stumble. And because it preserves dignity. Being able to stand up without assistance is one of the strongest predictors of long-term independence. I've watched patients regain confidence simply by mastering this again. Not confidence from motivation, confidence from capability. And here's an important clarity check before we move on. If you're watching this and realizing, I use my hands every time I stand, that's not a failure, that's information. And information is where improvement begins. If you've been finding value so far, take a moment to like this video so more seniors can find it, and consider subscribing. We share clear, science-based guidance like this every day, quietly, carefully, and with your independence in mind. In the next exercise, we'll address something walking never touches, the muscles that protect your pelvis and spine when balance is challenged from the side. This one is often avoided, but when done correctly, it changes how stable you feel on your feet. Now, let's move to exercise number 2. This one is quietly powerful, and it's often skipped, not because it isn't effective, but because people don't understand what it protects. This exercise targets balance from the side. Most falls don't happen straight forward or backward. They happen laterally, when the body shifts unexpectedly to the left or right. The movement is the side leg raise, performed standing. Clinically, this exercise strengthens the gluteus medius and gluteus minimus, muscles many people have never heard of, but every orthopedic surgeon pays attention to. These muscles stabilize the pelvis during walking. They keep the hips level when you step onto one leg. They protect the spine from excessive side bending. Every time you take a step, one leg is supporting your entire body weight. If these muscles are weak, the pelvis drops slightly. That drop may feel small, but it alters balance and joint loading with every step. Over time, this contributes to knee pain, hip strain, and lower back fatigue. And more importantly, it reduces your ability to recover when balance is challenged. In 2016, a study from the University of Sydney examined lateral hip strengthening in women over 65. After 10 weeks, participants showed a 41% improvement in lateral stability and significantly improved single-leg balance time. That translates directly to fewer falls. Here's how to do it correctly. Stand next to a sturdy chair or countertop. One hand rests lightly on it, not for support, but for confidence. Your standing leg is straight but relaxed. Your torso is tall, no leaning. Slowly lift the opposite leg out to the side, only about 12 to 18 inches. Higher is not better. Keep your toes facing forward. This is critical. Lift for 2 seconds, pause briefly, then lower slowly for 3 seconds. The movement is small. The work is deep. You'll feel it on the side of the hip, not the thigh. Start with 8 repetitions on one side, then switch. 1 to 2 sets is enough at first. This can be done 3 days per week. If balance feels uncertain, reduce the range. If fatigue sets in quickly, that's expected. These muscles are often undertrained. Progression is gradual. First, increase repetitions to 10 or 12. Later, slow the lowering phase even more. Eventually, you may try lifting without holding on, but only when ready. Why do surgeons recommend this movement? Because it trains pelvic control, the foundation of safe walking. Because it reduces uneven loading through the hips and knees, and because it improves balance recovery when you're bumped, jostled, or step on uneven ground. Here's the emotional truth I see often. Many women stop trusting their balance before it's truly gone. They avoid uneven surfaces, they shorten their stride, they hold their breath when stepping sideways. This exercise restores trust, not through encouragement, but through capability. You feel steadier because you are steadier. Now, we've strengthened the muscles that help you rise. We've stabilized the muscles that protect you from side-to-side imbalance. But there's one more system we haven't addressed yet, the one that tells your body where it is in space, the one that reacts faster than conscious thought, the one that often determines whether a stumble becomes a fall. The final exercise brings everything together, muscles, bones, and the nervous system, and it's the most important one of all. Now we arrive at exercise number 3, and I want you to listen carefully here, because this is the exercise that ties everything together: bone health, balance, and the nervous system. This is the one most people avoid, not because it's dangerous, but because it reveals weakness honestly. The exercise is single leg standing, performed in a very specific, controlled way. From a medical standpoint, this is not just a balance drill, it is a neuromuscular integration exercise. It trains how the brain, muscles, joints, and inner ear communicate in real time. The primary muscles involved include the ankle stabilizers, the quadriceps, the gluteal muscles, and the deep core stabilizers. But more importantly, it activates the proprioceptive system, your body's internal positioning system. This system tells you where your body is in space without you needing to look. As we age, proprioception declines, not suddenly, gradually. Research from the University of Pittsburgh, 2019, showed that adults over 65 with reduced single-leg balance time had a twofold increase in fall risk within the following year. This isn't about athletic balance, it's about reaction time. When you trip, you don't think, you react, and reactions are trained or they fade. Here's how to do this safely. Stand near a sturdy surface, a counter or heavy chair. One hand is hovering close, not gripping. Shift your weight onto one foot. Feel the full contact of the sole with the floor. Now slowly lift the opposite foot just a few inches. No need to lift high. Your eyes stay forward. Your breathing stays calm. Hold for 10 seconds. That's it. Then gently place the foot down. Switch sides. Start with 3 repetitions per side. If 10 seconds feels difficult, begin with 5. That's acceptable. That's appropriate. As this becomes easier, progress carefully. First increase to 15 seconds, then 20. Later, and only later, you can try closing your eyes for a few seconds if balance feels secure. Why do orthopedic surgeons value this movement so highly? Because it predicts fall risk better than many imaging tests, because it restores confidence from the inside out, and because it teaches the body how to correct itself when something unexpected happens. Here's the quiet truth. Falls are rarely caused by weakness alone. They're caused by delayed communication. This exercise sharpens that communication. Now let's take a moment to bring everything together. The first exercise strengthened the muscles that allow you to stand up, preserving independence. The second stabilized your pelvis and spine, protecting balance during walking. The third retrained your nervous system, so balance corrections happen automatically. Together, these movements support mobility, confidence, and fall prevention, and they do it without a gym, without equipment, without risk. Just minutes, a few days per week, gradual progression. That's enough. At this stage of life, it's not about adding years, it's about adding movement to every year you have. Targeted resistance matters, not intensity, not exhaustion, consistency. Before we close, I'd like to hear from you. Which of these 3 exercises feels most important for you to start with? Let us know in the comments. We read every one. And if you'd like more calm, science-based guidance focused on preserving independence and quality of life, consider subscribing. No pressure, just support when you need it. Your body is still capable of adapting. It just needs the right message.